Most men misunderstand female desire because they approach it like a switch. Press the right button, get the right reaction. But female arousal does not work like machinery. It works like weather. It changes with atmosphere, emotional pressure, safety, timing, and presence. And that's why the same touch can feel electric in one moment and meaningless in another. An erogenous zone is not just a sensitive area of the body. It is a meeting point between the nervous system and the mind. When the mind feels rushed, judged, unsafe, or disconnected, the body resists. When the mind feels seen, calm, and emotionally aligned, the body responds, sometimes powerfully, sometimes quietly, but always authentically. In this video, we're not listing body parts like instructions. We're exploring 7 erogenous zones of the female body through the lens of psychology, sensation, and emotional response, because understanding why a zone works matters far more than knowing where it is. Number 1. Ears, the sensitive and often overlooked spot. The ears are one of the most underestimated erogenous zones on the female body, precisely because they don't seem obvious. They are not sexualized in popular culture in the same way other areas are, yet neurologically, they are incredibly powerful. Both the inner and outer ear are filled with nerve endings and sensory receptors. These nerves are closely connected to areas of the brain responsible for anticipation, imagination, and emotional processing. This is important because female arousal is deeply tied to imagination. What she anticipates often matters more than what is happening in the moment. The ears respond strongly to subtle stimuli. A slight movement of air, a soft brush, or the awareness of someone being close can trigger a tingling sensation that travels through the body. What makes this area special is that it reacts before logic intervenes. The body responds instinctively, often without conscious thought. However, this sensitivity also means the ears shut down quickly when something feels rushed or invasive. Sudden or aggressive contact here activates alertness instead of pleasure. Psychologically, the ears are associated with listening and vulnerability. Allowing someone close to this area requires trust. When approached with patience, the ears can become a powerful entry point into deeper sensation, not because of intensity, but because of emotional presence. The ears teach a crucial lesson. Female desire begins where the body feels curious, not pressured. Number 2. Inner thighs, where proximity creates awareness. The inner thighs are often described as sensitive because of their closeness to intimate areas. But that explanation is incomplete. The real reason the inner thighs are powerful is psychological proximity. They exist in a space that is neither neutral nor overtly sexual. They sit at the threshold. This threshold creates tension. And tension, when it feels safe, is one of the strongest amplifiers of desire. The inner thighs are rich with nerve endings, and the skin here is more responsive than many people realize. But their sensitivity is magnified by what they represent. They signal approach without arrival. When touch here is slow and deliberate, the nervous system begins to focus inward. The tension sharpens. Awareness heightens. Female arousal does not spike instantly. It builds. And the inner thighs support that build-up naturally. This area responds poorly to urgency. Fast movement triggers defensiveness. Slow movement invites sensation. Psychologically, the inner thighs reinforce a key dynamic in attraction. Desire intensifies when it is allowed to grow on its own timeline. This zone teaches restraint, and restraint is often more powerful than action. Number 3. Inner wrists, quiet intimacy and emotional signaling. The inner wrists are an erogenous zone that many people overlook entirely, yet they are among the most emotionally sensitive areas of the body. The skin here is thin, veins and pulse points sit close to the surface. Nerve endings are easily activated, but the inner wrists are not powerful because of physical sensitivity alone. They are powerful because of what they communicate. Touching the inner wrists is an intimate gesture. It suggests attentiveness, closeness, and emotional presence. Psychologically, this area is associated with vulnerability. It is not commonly exposed or handled casually. When touched gently, the body interprets it as care rather than control. And that distinction matters deeply in female psychology. This zone responds best to softness and patience. Firmness often shuts it down. Light contact allows sensation to bloom. The inner wrists remind us that intimacy does not always announce itself loudly. Sometimes it is subtle, quiet, and deeply felt. They represent the emotional layer of arousal, the layer that must be engaged before the body fully responds. Number 4. Lower back, where relaxation opens the body. The lower back plays a central role in how the body holds stress. It connects the spine, abdomen, and pelvic region, areas deeply involved in both tension and release. When stress accumulates, the lower back tightens. This tightness blocks relaxation throughout the body. Without relaxation, arousal struggles to emerge. Touch focused on the lower back works not because it is immediately stimulating, but because it releases. As tension dissolves, the nervous system shifts from alert mode into receptive mode. Breathing slows, muscles soften, awareness deepens. This is why the lower back responds best to steady, grounded contact. Erratic movement increases tension. Consistency creates safety. Psychologically, this area represents support. When the lower back feels supported, the body feels held rather than guarded. This zone teaches a powerful truth. Arousal often begins when the body finally feels allowed to rest. Number 5. G-spot, sensitivity rooted in psychological safety. The G-spot is one of the most misunderstood aspects of female anatomy. It is often discussed as if it guarantees response. It does not. The G-spot is highly sensitive, but also highly selective. Its responsiveness depends almost entirely on context. Emotional safety, trust, comfort, and relaxation determine whether this area becomes pleasurable or overwhelming. When the nervous system feels rushed or uncertain, sensitivity decreases. The body closes. When the nervous system feels secure, sensitivity increases naturally. This is because the G-spot is deeply connected to the parasympathetic nervous system, the system responsible for relaxation and receptivity. Psychologically, this area responds to alignment, not pressure. It reinforces a crucial principle. Female pleasure is not something that can be taken. It must be allowed. Number 6. Lips, rhythm, timing, and emotional openness. The lips are among the most emotionally expressive areas of the body. They are rich in nerve endings and closely tied to communication and vulnerability. The lips respond strongly to rhythm. Timing matters more than force. Pauses create tension. Softness creates intimacy. Variation keeps attention engaged. Psychologically, the lips reflect emotional availability. When approached with patience, they amplify both connection and desire. Rushing dulls sensation. Restraint sharpens it. This zone teaches the importance of pacing, knowing when to slow down and when to wait. Desire often lives in the space between moments. Number 7. Back of the neck. Trust, exposure, and surrender. The back of the neck is instinctively protected. It is vulnerable, exposed, and sensitive. Even light contact here can create a full-body response, but only when the body feels safe. This area is linked to trust. Sudden movement creates alertness. Slow movement invites release. Psychologically, the back of the neck represents a moment where vigilance gives way to surrender. When touched with care, the nervous system relaxes, and sensation spreads naturally. This zone is powerful because it bypasses conscious control. The body responds before the mind analyzes. Conclusion: every erogenous zone functions only when the mind gives permission. Without emotional safety, patience, and presence, even the most sensitive areas remain silent. With alignment, the body responds instinctively. Female desire is not mechanical.